Lately, there has been a lot of new announcements in the long-term care insurance industry, and it's hard to keep up. What do they actually mean to those of us who already have long-term care insurance or are thinking of getting it in the future? So here with us is an insurance expert, David Beck, from the financial planning firm of Egan, Berger and Weiner, to shed some light on all of this. So good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
So let's talk about these new announcements. Who and what were the recent announcements?
Well, the two big ones were, well, there was three, but two made by the companies were John Hancock announced in September that there was going to be a 100% rate increase on the federal employee long-term care program. And then subsequently it announced they are no longer doing individual long-term care insurance after, this month. And then Genworth has announced that it has begun the process of being bought out by a Chinese company called China Oceanwide, and that's sending some ripples, if you will, through the long-term care industry.
Okay, so the announcements, is this a big deal or is this business as usual?
I think the announcement by John Hancock is definitely a big deal. The idea that they're no longer going to be doing individual coverage leads me to wonder what's going to happen to the federal employee long-term care program when it gets rebid out in 2023. Are they going to be able to bid? Are they going to want to bid? This year there was only one bidder, and that was John Hancock. So if they're pulling out, I think there could be a very large void in the industry there. And the Genworth announcement is kind of a, well, let's wait and see what happens type of thing. We hope that it's going to be okay going forward, but we just don't know enough at this time.
So what about the person who already has a long-term care policy from John Hancock or Genworth? What should they do now?
Right now, the advice would be just wait. And let's see what happens, let the dust settle. If you have the individual John Hancock policy, you've already seen the large rate increase and maybe made a policy modification to bring its premium down. The Genworth one is a little bit iffier because we just don't know what it's going to look like going forward. I have concerns that Genworth, once this is all done, will not have a rate increase coming down the pike simply because of the way that the policies are currently structured. Okay.
All right. Well, that would be good. So what's the difference then between the hybrid policies and the traditional long-term care insurance policies?
A hybrid policy is one where I could buy a life insurance policy and add on a rider that will cover long-term care services, or I'll have an annuity that will do the same type of thing. And my premiums are fixed. I don't have to worry about rate increases, but my benefits may not be as robust as I could get in a traditional long-term care policy. Maybe I can't cover husband and wife underneath of the hybrid that I could under a traditional plan. But a lot of people are going to the hybrid policies because they want a little bit more security going forward than what is being currently offered.
That fixed premium would be nice. Okay, so now the difference, I should say, is there a way to know which policy is better for you? When I come in and talk to you, what do you need to know from me so we can pick the best policy?
Well, it's really depending on what are you trying to accomplish. Because there are some people who will say, listen, I want the best policy to protect me and my heirs in the event of a long-term care event. Okay, that would lead you down one path. Whereas there are going to be other people who are going to say, listen, I want to know that somebody's going to get money, whether it be through the death benefit on a life insurance policy, whether it be the long-term care, or if I want to cash surrender it out and get cash value for it, then you might be looking more at a hybrid model. But each situation is going to be different, but the key is to sit down and make a decision that works best for you, and then just take it from there.
All right, David. Where can we go for more information?
You can always contact us at our website at www.ebwllc.com.
All right, David Beck, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right, folks, stay with us. We have more Let's Talk Live coming up right after the break.